Mayong hapon sa tanan. Mr. Secretary, majority floor, quorum na. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pila ka buok sa online? 6 online. 6 online. Okay. Mayong hapon to all the regular members. Okay. Mr. Secretary, majority floor. Okay. Our 108 regular session sa Guniang Panglusod, Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro is now called on to order. Please do stand an invocation by Councilor Honorable Councilor Saldi Ocon. Mayang hapon. Is he around? Okay, Councilor. Mayang hapon kanimo.
Mayang hapon ko. Mayang hapon sa tanan. Tuguting nga atong hangyoon ang mga igsuon nato nga niya sa Ezekiel, New Bisay sa Ezekiel, New Jerusalem Bible nga nag-ingon. Pamatya ang mga tao sa katapusang mga adlaw, bata og tigulang sa way ko kaluoy. Apan ayaw patya katong mga tao nga adunay krus sa ilang mga agta. Oriso aging pagrespeto sa balaang kasulatan, mangurusta para kita mga matay. Ngalan samahan sa anak ug sa Espiritu Santo. Amen.
Amen.
Makagagahom nga mga Dios, aniya kami karon sa ika-108 nga regular session nining 19th City Council, Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. Tuguti o Dios nga among pangayoon kanimo, gikan sa imong amahanong mga kamot, ipadala in taon ang ikatulong persona diya sa pagka-Dios, nga mao ang Espiritu Santo. Tultuli kaming tanan, gikan sa among presiding officer ug ang tanan nga mga miyembro nining maong konseho aron nga sa ingon Ginoo ang tanan namong pagabuhaton may subay sa imong kabubuton para sa kabuluhanan sa imong mga anak ibabaw ning kalibutan. Kining tanan amahan among gipangayo, gipasalamatan pinaagi ni Kristo imong anak nga buhi ug hari uban kanimo sa balaan nga Espiritu Santo, Dios nga usa, uban sa panabang sa among balaan nga inahan, ang mahal nga Birhen Maria. Amen. Ngalan naman sa anak sa Espiritu Santo. Amen.
Thank you, Councilor Saldi Ocon. And for the singing of our national anthem, and for the Cagayan de Oro March. Mayong hapon sa tanan, may hapon dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. And so as may hapon, our fellow members of the 19th City Council, mayong hapon. And so as to our secretary, mayong hapon kanimo, Mr. Arturo de San Miguel. Please do the call and determine if you do have a quorum.
Honorable Renier Joaquin V. Oy, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. For the first District Councilors, Honorable Edna M. Dahino, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable Saldi O. Ocon,
Present.
Honorable George is Goking, Honorable Ruben R. Daba,
Present.
Honorable Lordan G. Swan, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo. For the second District Councilors, Honorable Jolene Mercedes El Balaba,
Present.
Honorable Maria Lourdes Gaani, Honorable Ayan Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Suzette G. Magtahas Daba, Honorable
Present.
Rodolfo E. Lau Jr.,
Present.
Honorable Enrico de Salcedo, Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez,
Present.
Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Yan Lam Islim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable John Michael El Seno, City Escape Federation President. There is quorum, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. May hapon kanimo, Sir Arturo de San Miguel. Together with a lovely lady in black, Madam Carla Licayan. May hapon kanimo. And so as with the curly hair, beautiful curly hair beside of Carla. Mga quick chow, buwan ba kaning
Miss K.
Madam K, okay.
She's
may hapon
simply
kanimo.
K.
Simply K. May hapon kanimo. It adds color and vibrant our afternoon majority floor. Diba?
That's true,
Madam
Mr.
Carla and
Chairman.
Madam K, may hapon kaninyo. Okay. So majority floor leader, Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya, mayong hapon kanimo majority floor.
Mayang hapon, Mr. Chairman and Presiding
Mayang-
Officer, Vice Mayor Renier Joaquin Velez Kikang Uy.
Hapon.
Mayang hapon to our colleagues in the council here present physically and those who are in their virtual access to the session. Friends from the media and fellow Cagayanons, good afternoon. I move, Mr. Chairman, to dispense with the reading of the minutes of meeting September 27, 2021, and to consider the furnishing of its copy to every member as the reading itself.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader. Seconded. Correction, is there any correction? Correction? There is none. There is none. Hearing none. It is hereby approved
I likewise move for the approval of the said minutes of meeting.
for its finality. Seconded. Okay.
On special report portion, Mr. Chairman, we have actually to be considered by the presiding officer as to number 4, number 5, and number 6. But for the first reporter who signified to render a special report is Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, who would like to suggest as regards the operation of some businesses in this city. And Councilor Lordan Swan would like to propose as regards providing amnesty to arrears and surcharges in the public markets. And as to my third, as the third reporter, Mr. Chairman, I have an incident report from a person who have been requested our representation before the council as regards the behavior of some personnel of the RTA. To be considered by the presiding officer as the fourth, Councilor Zaldi Ocon, Councilor Roger Abaday, Councilor Enrico Salcedo. And if we don't have enough time, they will be the first, second, and third in the next session,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
So we have so many reporters this afternoon. So 6
Yes.
reporters. Well, to make it fair, no, our ruling is will be just 3 reporters. Maybe our 4th reporter and 5th reporter and 6th reporter, maybe you will be rescheduled or reserved for the next regular session. So please bear with us since we have rules to follow. So maybe they are very considerate enough, our fourth, fifth, and sixth reporter. They are all honorable and reasonable man enough. So at this moment, our first reporter,
Kabanlas.
okay, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, maayong hapon kanimo, Konsyal. You have the floor.
May salamat Majority Floor o salamat sa atong butan nga Vice Mayor Ikangoy, mga kauban sa konseho, mga membro sa media, mga bisita o katawhan sa Cagayan de Oro. Mr. Chairman, my special report, and I know that this is also a joint special report of our Vice Mayor, Kikangoy. About this restriction, the continuous restriction of the use of sports center and gyms. And in fact, I would include massage clinic in one of the programs of a German television, the DSWD, or I forgot the exact name. It says that during this time now, people seems to be far away, separated from human contact because of the fear and the restriction of infection of COVID-19. People are now losing intimate connection with other people, even with our families, even with husband and wives. People are now forgetting and are in fear of hugging each other, of touching each other. That is why there is an increased number of people that commit suicide. There is an increased number of depression because of that failure to touch each other, to feel the intimacy. In fact, I noticed, and I know that some husbands and wives are no longer making love with each other. Is that true? O dili daw? No. That is why I would like to make this report as a reminder that we should return back to that intimacy that we enjoyed before. So I talk about massage clinic. Because in that television program, Mr. Chairman, there is now another kind of personal services aside from the massage clinic. They call it hugging clinic. Gakus. Yes, ang mga tao dito sa Germany and other parts of Europe, doon na sila bago nga gi-open nga inana ang sistema. Nga mubayad ka nga bugakus ka lang. Gusto kag bayad gakuson, taga kag bayad. But you pay for the attendant. If you want gusto kag laki, nailaki. Gakus lang 10 minutes. Just to feel the heat and the intimacy of that exercise. Nga naman, muna ka di karoon ng nawala. Nawala pa kinatong kining atong kalipay kining pagsulod sa gym. O di ka naka-exercise, pasingot. Kung na kay problema, gana kay ipasingot para nga ma-relieve ikaw sa imong tensyon. They even close the sports center, the palaro. I think we should go back to, let us give a chance to our people to again enjoy this amenities in life. This little pleasure that we get from exercising and to be seen, to be exposed to the sun and to breathe fresh air, to talk with other people, provided that we should always follow the basic health protocols. Now, in the prohibited, not allowed activities during GCQ with heightened restriction, Mr. Chairman, are indoor sports courts or venues for contact sports, meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibitions, indoor tourist attractions, gathering outside residence. Gathering outside residence. Grabe ni kayo ni. Mag-istorya lang tayo. Nakasupag na tayo ni. I think, Mr. Chairman, the local government is given that leeway, an extra elbow room to move around and to think what is best for its people. I think that we should allow, we should pass an ordinance. We can pass this, have this studied, but we can pass an ordinance allowing these activities to be done, provided that we should follow the strict regulation. It should be a regulated activities. Dili lugar full good. For example, aplihan na to ang gym, provided ang mugamit sa gym, ang mga gym di kidagan. Ialaw na to nga mugamit ng gyapon sa mga unsa kanang kung wala ka mag-exercise, mugamit ka sa face mask. Pero kung mag-exercise ka, pasingot ka, di may pwede magamit ng face mask kay basing mo ng oxygen. O kana mga outdoor nga mga sports center should be open. I hope the governor of Misamis Oriental will understand that we should open the sports center. People are waiting to use that sports center. After all, it is an open outdoor exercise. And if we could add, in answer to what I said, what I explained before, that massage clinic. Kanaging na ko nga kontak, hilot-hilot, makarelieve ng masahe, Mr. Chairman. Let us not go to the, sa katong uban na kanang extra service, ay nanak, hindi na mayo. Munang kinagipangita ni sa Councilor Sostido. We can allow that, but it should not be done in closed room. Open. Ikalaw na to kanang massage, makarelieve man na sa tension. Unya, we should require that all masseurs should be vaccinated. And perhaps those who will enter this massage clinic should also be vaccinated. Nga lang, Mr. Chairman, I hope nga our IET will understand nga it's almost 2 years now. We are losing our intimacy with other friends. Human beings are social animals. Social animal, di na nawala sa ato. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Councilor
Reaction.
Edgar Cabanas, for your observation and your proposal. Okay, Councilor Kinakidja. Okay, Councilor Girly Balaba.
Yes,
Mayong
thank
hapon
you.
kanimo.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you sa akong kauban diya sa council. I have to agree with Councilor Ed Cabanlas na we should not live in fear and lose our our human nature to interpersonal kanang interaction with other people. Kailangan maguna to na siya. Pero mula gining sa COVID, no, for more than a year, Councilor Ed, ako I lived in fear because of this COVID, pero I got hit pa rin sa COVID-19, and dili lalim ang akong giagian, the anxiety, the stress na naigo ko sa COVID. So ang ato adiha, hinay-hinay lang kung kita ma-reach na to tong herd immunity, mas maayo. Pwede na to i-open ang ato ang mga sports facilities, ang kini ato mga gyms, ang mga spas, pero until then dili pa gyud nato na sila pwede i-open kung dili vaccinated. Kung ang ato ipa-allow siguro nga makasulod sa mga gym, sa mga spas, sa mga clinics, fully vaccinated, pwede siguro, no? Pero kung wala pa na bakunahan, ayaw lang sa. Because I believe ako, thankful ko nga na I was fully vaccinated when I got hit the COVID-19 virus. So mild lang ako ang symptoms, or pwede na-manage na mo, or na-manage sa hospital and sa facilities, nag-isolate. Pero katong mga wala pa na bakunahan, medyo delikado pa. So maybe, siguro kinahanglan yun nato na i-emphasize nga, katong mga fully vaccinated, mura sad pud to atong i-allow na mosulod ani mga sports clinics, kini mga spas, mga kini mga service-related na mga establishments. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Girly Balaba. Okay, reaction, okay, coming from Councilor Roger Abaday. Councilor Roger
Thank you very
Abaday.
much, Mr. Presiding Officer, my colleagues in the 19th City Council, and people who are listening to us in the virtual space. Yes, atong kauban karon. Correct is the observation and concern of Councilor in the Cabanlasmo. So much restriction, so much prohibitions. In fact, the President Duterte has to really remove or ease the wearing of face masks in public. Of course, with some restriction. No?
Face shield.
Face shield. Sorry. Thank you. Face shield. No? So, meaning the omnibus guidelines for IATF is not permanent, it's dynamic, it can be changed. Pwede man, no? So, there is a continuous study and experience with regards to the prohibition. Daghan kayo, na nag-text ako yesterday, karon. Ano daw, the only city, the only place in Philippines, after declaration sa naimo na tang GCQ, o aban GCQ status of quarantine, gialaw man ang mga gym o kaning mga ubang katong what stated by Councilor Cabanlas. Ganong kagayan euro wala man. Good that it was now reported by Councilor Cabanlas. I have to bring out in public nga pwede masiguro. Kaya gi-require gitanan even the churches and malls gidugangan with percentage and kining gi-require gid ang vaccination and protocol. So why not kung nahimo sa ubang lugar pwede sab siguro sa Cagayan de Oro. But our city mayor also is very much excited kay siya nga gamubo ang atong insin gusto niya nga pamubuan pag yun. Mosiro ng rason nga isa niya ga is ang kining prohibition. No? So anyway, it's up for the city council to persuade our city mayor. If possible, ang request ni Councilor Cabanlas together with the majority members of the city council, kung pwede masiguro, there are some places like ang atong sports center, dugay-dugay, wala gid maabri. Pwede man siguro kanang ubal, katong gym o katong swimming pool, isa siguro, no? Pero why? One of the factor that increase the immune system of each and every one of us is you must be exposed under the heat of the sun and exercise. Exercise. So, gani ang senior citizen karon, mga seniors, they are now allowed to go out dinala sa ilang premises just to be exposed from uh, sunlight, and they can also exercise no while during this period. So I think there is no hard and fast rule. Pwede man ma-apply sa Europe. So kulang na lang ang you have to persuade the city mayor kay siya ramang yun ang lunay kagahom nga mga kuan no with this indiscretion. Gani uban sab gani ang mga sabungan sab sige sagtig sa ako nga pwede na nako nga we will tell the chief executive because that is his own discretion. So I hope that all of us can persuade our city mayor, if possible, the report of Councilor Cabandas will be considered. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank
Sir.
you.
Mr. Chair,
Councilor
Mr. Chair.
Abaday.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair,
Okay, Councilor Saldi Okun. Afterwards, Councilor Bendaba.
salamat kayo kong. So, I for one, I am in favor with what Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas rendered a while ago. Tinuod na, insakto na. Ay, sa Manila dito, wala may problema dito, Mr. Chairman. Hotel dito, makasod naman ka. Basta lang na kay fully vaccinated ka. Kaduha. Yeah, kananan po, di ka makasulod kung dili po ka fully vaccinated. Pero fully vaccinated ka, open ka, hindi ka mo sulod. So, sobra kang tago. Masakit na hinuon ta, Mr. Chairman. Oo. Apoy kayo masigi standby sa balay. So, ang tuyo sa bakuna, para di ka matapuyan. Pero, kung ang masahista pananglitan, bakunado na, niya ang nagpamasahi, bakunado na po, so anong dili pa nato na i-allow toon, nga puros man mo protektado matag-usam, Mr. Presiding Officer. So muna nga, tabur ko, nga i-open ka na, apil ang atong mga gym, provided lang yun, nga ang matag-usa, fully vaccinated, Mr. Presiding Officer. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Saldi Okun. And lastly, Councilor Bendaba.
thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Mayong hapon o sa tanan natong mga kaigsuonan diya sa session hall o atong mga bisita. Mr. Chair, kanang gwapo kayo ang atong outcome karon no. Salamat gid kay ta sa grasya kaluoy sa Ginoo o pagpanglibasog nila ni Mayor o ang ilang mga kauban diya sa ATF. Gakanaog yun ang atong number. Pero it doesn't mean, Mr. Chair, na pwede na denta kay naaga ni dia GCQ with heightened restriction. Kay ngano? Kung ba kay tanan og relapse or kanang gitawag nila labile nga mubalik bitaw og saka, labi na kanang dili lugar ni kuan ha, pero look at India. Ang India grabe kayo, sila'y naghimo sa vaccine, halos sila tanan nag-vaccine, na pista na sila, hala, kuan na gid sila, minilyon ang nangamatay dayon kada adlaw. So kung ba kayos tanan nga naanat ta diha, gamay na lang gyud siguro nga antos, siguro mga December or January, maarang-arang na gyud. So nganong dili na lang sa nato i-leave kay Mayor o ang atong local IATF na sila maghatag ana og mga unsay ngalan ani kay dili raman sad siguro. Yes, ang Manila gainana sila pero tan-awa ang ila halos ma-reach na nila ang herd immunity. Kita daghan pagyapon kayo sa atong mga kaigsunan na wala pagyud gyapon nagpabaksin. So I hope sa akong mga kaigsunan, akong mga kauban diya sa konseho, I hope put this into consideration. Yes, ang exercise gwapo. August, gioperahan ang akong igsuon triple bypass. Kaya wala naman gid siya. 1 year gid siya nga wag lingkura lang gid siya. In 5 days, ang akong brother, si Kagawad Wiwi, gioperahan triple bypass gihapon. Kaya yes, si Kagawad Wiwi, kuan siya kanang basketball player, coach, and everything. 1 year gihapon siya kay mga praning man sila, Mr. Chair. Moabot gani ko sa Carmen, mosulod na sila kay kakahadlok gid kay sila. Karon ongoing ang akong brother si Gideon Roa Daba 5 bypass unsay natabo tungod gyapon kay walay exercise pero iantos nato na ato ng padayunon basta nga makuha nato ang herd immunity para ugma damlag mga next year okay na. Daghang salamat, Mr. Chair, ug maayong hapon.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Bendaba. Any other wants to comment about the special report?
Guys, Last to buy.
Okay. Kinsa tong
Mr.
babae?
Chair. Amo ka.
Kinsa tong babae? Ay, samok. Councilor J dito. Sorry.
Mr.
Abi,
Chair.
abi na ko si Councilor Girly Balaban, nagkatawa ka man dayo. Councilor J Pascual. Sorry.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Imuha
Isa
na.
lang po ako, if ever na i-appeal, hopefully ma-appeal po ng ato ang river rafting. Kay it's been 1 year na gyud kapin, Mr. Chair, nga ang ato ang river rafting industry, which is moy ato ang #1 tourism din sa Cagayan. Na-stop na gyud siya tungod anang kuan. If pwede makasakay ug ang mga river rafters pod nga ang katubitong gauban gyud sa atong mga turista, kung vaccinated lang sila, hopefully maka-operate na unta pod sila, Mr. Chair. Kana lang. Daghang salamat.
Okay, thank you, Councilor J Roa Pascual. So, well, ingani na lang. Well, any other want to comment? Wala na. So, well, our functions and duties as a legislative. So, at this moment, we can be recommendatory. So, at the end of the day, our chief executive will be the one who decide and put into loosen up some restrictions about these bawals na pagabuhaton na ng GCQ. So maybe at the proper time for that special report that they have something to reconsider when it comes to the economic side of this field or industry, such as spas, gyms, and other tourism industry, as mentioned by our fellow Councilor J. So maybe at the proper time we can have pass a resolution, or maybe something for to reconsider to loosen it up. So anyway, there are once in addition, our
Yes,
majority
Mr.
floor
Chairman.
leader, Councilor Majority Floor Leader Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakayo wants to add something about it. Okay, majority floor.
There's a small consensus here.
Hmm.
Physically present, Mr. Chairman, as regards the proposal. Maybe I will just leave a certain period, such as 1 week,
Hmm.
review, assess our position,
Hmm.
and perhaps Monday we'll come out with our position. As mentioned by the presiding officer, a recommendation to the city mayor as regards the proposal of Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, and the one also introduced by Councilor Captain J. Boy Pascual for the river rafting. At the proper time, Mr. Chairman, we will
Okay.
evaluate our position.
Provided,
Just 1 week.
in addition, majority floor leader, provided with some restriction, still the health safety protocols is still in exist, but in addition, that it must be fully vaccinated. No?
That will be considered,
Sa
covered
kato nga
in
mga
the
industriya.
Position, Mr. Chairman.
As mentioned by Councilor Saldi Ocon, it must be fully vaccinated. So both the company and so as the employee and so as the client, that must be fully vaccinated. at
Maybe,
this
Mr.
industry.
Chairman, from this time onward, Thursday up to Thursday, the chair of the Committee on Health can make a one-page draft, a design as to certain conditions that would provide an environment for a certain establishment that would seem fitting for the introduction of the new normal, and at the same time the opening of these establishments, Mr. Chairman, like 50% the disinfection right after the use of one gym member, and those, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Okay lang.
So,
Okay ra si Councilor Gaani, Mr. Chairman. So
Okay.
Then by Monday, we will consider and evaluate whether
Mm.
we pass unanimously or we consider it by the members of the council.
And together with observation, it must be the case must be lowering it down every
Mm.
in a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
To consider it also. Well, thank you. Okay, thank you, Majority Floor Leader Ayan Marky Blatnakaya. And so as thank you, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, good and special report with substance that needs to be reconsidered to lose out when we come up with a economic side
Just 1 week,
Oh.
Mr. Chairman.
or 1 week. And this matter will be observed and we vote it out to the Committee on Health chaired by Councilor Maria Lourdes Serinia Gaani.
Next reporter is Councilor Swan.
Okay, Councilor Lordan Swan, mayong hapon kanimo. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone.
Mayong hapon.
Niaging simana nag-special report si Majority Floor Leader regarding tax amnesty. So this is very timely considering that this might be very well tied in to that special report regarding the same subject. Na ako'y letter dirigikan sa mga market vendors dated October 2, 2021. Cogon Public Market, Honorable Lordan Swan, City Councilor, Cagayan de Oro City. Tinahod namong City Councilor o City Council. Kaming mga market vendors sa Cogon Public Market, naghangyo sa inyong mga malumong kasing-kasing nga unta, mahatagan kami og amnesty sa among mga delinkwente og sa mga penalty sa among mga sukay og sa among mga business permit. Kay tungod niining pandemya, nikunhod gayod og maayo ang among kita sa among panginabuhi matag adlaw. Gani kasagaran sa among halin ug uban pang mga abot, igo ra in taon ipalit og pagkaon sa among pamilya ug usahay kulangon pa. Kay gamay ra man in taon ang among kita sa among negosyo matag adlaw tungod niining maong pandemya. Ug mausab kini ang dakong rason nga galisod na gayud kami sa pagbayad sa among mga sukay ug mga delinkwente. Ug masamot kini og dako matag bulan hangtod sa pag-abot sa renewal. Busa maluoy in taon kamo mga opisyal sa syudad. Kaluoy in taon kami sa among hangyo nga unta makunhuran o kung pwede mahatagan unta kami og amnesty sa among mga delinkwente og sa mga penalty sa among mga business permit aron maluagan na ang among mga kalisod sa pagpanginabuhi pinaagi sa among ginagmayng negosyo sa merkado. Kay grabe gayud kadako og epekto ang pandemya sa among panginabuhi sa merkado. Ang Ginoo magauban unta ug magagiya unta kaninyo sa tanang panahon. Kaninyo matinahoron Cogon market vendors. So dagan-dagan pod ang ni-sign ani nya sa akong hibalan. Mas dagan pa unta ko no kung naa sila'y panahon nga pagpatuyok ani. Para sa ako, Mr. Chair, atong labanan ning mga market vendors. Pandemic man karon, lisod kaayo, siguro atong i-revisit ang atong mga policies and ordinances regarding sa mga public market vendors. Kay pandemic biya gyud. Maski mga dagko nga negosyante galisod nangayog tax amnesty, unsa nakaha ang mga market vendors. So in these trying times, I think that we should be compassionate to them and we should listen to them. Di na to sila pasagdan. So, mo ni akong hangyo, Mr. Chair, nga unta atong dunggon ang ilahang mga hangyo sa ato, ang ilahang mga complaints, mga concerns, diya sa sakto nga committee, sa Committee on Enterprises. And maybe we can revisit and come up with better ideas to balance both sides nga para sa atong syudad ug at the same time para di pud makaingon atong market vendors nga gikalimtan nato sila. So kana lang ang akong hangyo, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Councilor Lordan Swan.
Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
Councilor,
Sir Chair,
Mr. Chair.
Saldi Okon.
salamat. Bisan kanus Mr. Presiding Chair, wala mong ginato pasagdi ang merkado kugon. Yati man magyod ang katawhan sa merkado kugon. Okay. So salamat po ni Councilor Lordan nga gipadangat ang maong reklamo ngadto kaniya. Pero ang ako lamang natupod sa mga market vendors na naman po diha ang atong halangdon, talahuron, na majority floor. Councilor Ayan, na Kristiyanos man o kasing-kasing, nganong wala po nila una po, di pa agi ang Councilor Ayan. Si Councilor Ayan, siya man ang atong ibutang sa atong halangdong mayor, na maugyod ang overseer sa CEED, Mr. Presiding Officer. Pero I, for one, I am in favor with the flight of all the market vendors, not only in Cogon Market, kruto na lang na to, as well as Carmen, Puerto, Agura. Kaya nasabtan ko ang tenor sa sulat sa Cogon raman, Mr. Presiding Officer. So, tinuod ang tanan naglisod karon mga panahon na. Pero ang ako, this flight from the market vendors should be referred to the proper committee for our, discussion how to address the so-called flight of the market vendors and the city of Cagayan de Oro. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Mr.
thank you,
Chair.
Councilor Saldi Okon.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, Councilor Jocelyn Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, fellow councilors. This could have been done. Dili na lang unta nato naghulat ng atong market vendors manghangyo, magpakiluoy, because it's been like 2 years. Wala ba day nakitaan sa in charge diha sa merkado ang ilang sitwasyon. Makita man siguro ang sakalisod karon sa atong market vendors sa rentals, penalties, collection nga ilang nasagubang tungod sa pandemya. Ang akong gikahibugnan, wala din nakitaan sa atong majority nga naaman siya diha unta kanunay sa merkado. Ngano gipaagi man ni Councilor Lordan Suwan? Wala ba din sila paminawa sa ilang mga reklamo? Ang ako, Mr. Chair, this could have done earlier. Sa wala pa unta sila nagsulat, ato nang gibati ang ilang kaslisod, pareho sa kalisod sa nahitabo sa uban nga mga negosyante. Ang dagko nga negosyante nagahangyo, samot na ang gagmay nga negosyante nga naalang sa merkaduhan. Mr. Chair, atong paminawon ang ilang mga gimulo, atong tagaan ug konsiderasyon ang kada-kada tagsa nga vendors nga naa karon naka-experience ang kalisod sa kinabuhi. Dili nato palabyon pakini, Mr. Chair, kay dugay na unta kini gitagaan sa pagtagad. Gano karon man lang lugar nato hatagan sa pagtagad. Dugay na unta, Mr. Chair, kaluy-an nato ang atong market vendors kay dugay na nag-anto sa pandemya, naglisod ug dugay na sad siguro ni nang hangyo na wala nato paminawa. Salamat, Mr. Chair, may hapon sa tanan.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Jocelyn Rodriguez. Okay, Councilor Enrico Salcedo, reaction. Mayong hapon kanimo.
Mayong hapon, Mr. Chairman, mayong hapon sa tanan.
Mayong
Bina
hapon.
sa katawan sa Cagayan de Oro, mayong hapon natong tanan. Ako lang query lang sa special reporter, Mr. Chairman. Kung asa nga section, kay kung atong tan-awon siya sa Cogon Market, bibo man ang kuan. Muna nga atong tan-awon kung unsa nga section sa Cogon Market ang mga delinquent.
Okay.
Sigurado ko, Mr. Chairman, ang atong chairman sa committee sa enterprise, si Majority Floor Leader Ayan Mark Nakaya, nasayod siya sa sitwasyon sa Kugon Market.
Okay,
Kung
okay.
unsa na nga section niya
You have to address.
kaya mangutana sad ta during sa magduwa naman ka tuig kung ambot I don't know kung nagpropose ba ang atong majority floor leader sa tax amnesty kay wa man ko hinumduman. Mr. Chairman, kung nag-propose ba siya o sa iyang special report last Monday ba to? Nga kay wa ko hinumduman, Mr. Chairman, kung nag-propose ba siya o tax amnesty. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Enrico Salcedo.
Mr. Chair.
Well, we have to address it also from what department, since the market is composed of different departments. There are
Sections.
vegetable sections, meat sections, fish sections, and so as other and so forth. So maybe we will ask the reporter what specifically the department or section it is, so that we can clear it out and then we can proceed and discuss it thoroughly.
Nadri, Mr. Chair, section tailoring dua, sari-sari dua, tailoring 80 product, lumpia, wrapper, lumpia, vegetable parlor, tailoring parlor, vegetables, tailoring cafeteria daghan.
Okay.
So, naasad gyud kuan. I think the best way to find out the facts is to actually just hear it in the committee where we can discuss it thoroughly and calmly.
So it is mixed.
Second floor.
Oh, it is mixed. Okay. So not purely one section, but it is a mix. 2, 1, 2, 1.
Actually, all
okay.
those mentioned by Councilor Swan, Mr. Chairman, is just 1L, part of second floor.
Okay.
Opposition to the Dugamay. Anyway.
Okay, okay. Anyway. So Majority Floor Leader, Ayan Markiblat Nagaya, you have the floor.
Thank
Majority
you,
Floor.
Mr. Chairman. Ang problema sa dual na election kay popular issue. Sa di na ta makabalance. Then mahimot ang limtanon. Last week, Mr. Chairman, I was in the Kugon Market. Monday and Wednesday? Monday and Friday? Can you kindly supply the day? I guess Monday and Wednesday. Monday, because I had a meeting with the security section. And you can check my timeline, whether or not this is true. And Wednesday or Thursday morning, I was there to join the management for the turnover of the contract lease signed by the city mayor for the stallholders to have their own contract already signed by the chief executive. And during these meetings, Mr. Chairman, I had the chance to talk with the president of the KUMVA, the Kugon United Market Vendors Association, Engineer Franklin Dagputa, and other officers who were also there joining the program and meeting Mr. Chairman. And there was no mention of this appeal. But nonetheless, I will not set aside the proposal, Mr. Chairman. But there is truth to the points manifested by Councilor Enrico Salcedo. In fact, raising the question of which sections, who among the vendors have issued this appeal, because before, Mr. Chairman, parang second floor, puro ginag-covered sa mga tarpaulin kay sirado gyud buntag hapon. Karon dilin wala na bisag usa ka cloth or tarpaulin sa ilang lamisa kay tungod kay busy biya. Except siguro sa kanang tailoring kay ang rason gipasiradan man nato, non-essential man. Ang beauty parlor kay gipasiradan gyapon kay non-essential gyapon. That's a reason enough, but those who have been closed, part to sa akong special report last week, Mr. Chairman. Kay ang akong proposal is kadtong business permits nga tungod sa mando sa gobyerno, national ug lokal nga nagsirado, kinahanglan atong timbang-timbangon. Ug dili gid angayan. Again, the record can bear me out as to the talking points that I have raised. Unfortunately, Councilor Bebot Rodriguez was absent last week. So di gid niya masuta kung unsay gibuhat sa chairman sa Committee sa Economic Enterprise. O tungod kay absent siya, wa gid niya nahibalaan nga nay mga paningkamot di ay ang chairman sa Committee sa Economic Enterprise. Kay ang decision finale, Mr. Chairman, na din sa konseyo. Wala man din na sa pagpamaba sa radyo, Mr. Chairman, o mao galing nga interview. The point is, ang trabaho na din dili ang katong didto sa gawas. I-take note, Councilor Salcedo, para sa Webis. And my point, Mr. Chairman, is daw binalimtan nila, Mr. Chairman, ako'y author sa ordinansa. Nga gihatagan nato og 4 ka bulan nga amnesty walay bayad sa mga business permits o rental nila. 4 ka bulan miaging tuig sa pagsugod sa ratsada sa COVID. Again, we have the city secretary here present, and the record will bear me out. We have approved it din sa city council. I-aprobahan ta na, Mr. Chairman. I propose that kay tungod kay ang mga tao adto nga panahon naglisod og ang gikan sa 20,000 kabuk nagsulod, mihimo na lang 8,000 nagsulod. Pero karon balik na pod 20,000, Mr. Chairman. Balik ang kabibo sa merkado. Ang dili mag-adto magsulod sa merkado, nadigan nila may balan kung unsay pangitabo sa merkado. Again, last week, kaduha ko miadto dito sa merkado. If you want to verify, nasa akong timeline, i-check ninyo. Kay kita dili man lang ta istorya din ato mangyugaso taon, Mr. Chairman. So, by the way, if there is a need for referral, again, as I've mentioned, parte ni siya sa business tax nga gi-propose nga ihatagag amnesty. So wala na ni siya sa committee sa economic enterprise kay operation ang economic enterprise. Nana siya sa Commerce and Trade ug Ways and Means, Mr. Chairman. According to the House rules, dinha nag-lodge whether or not na mga amnesty ihimuon ang atong konseyo sa dakbayan. So, pwede ang katong gisulat nga petisyon i-forward didto uban sa special report nga ato lugar na padangat sa konseyo.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you
Mr. Chair.
for the clarificatory answer. Majority
Chair.
Floor Leader Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair,
Okay,
Mr.
Councilor Jocelyn
Chair.
Rodriguez.
Mr. Chair, even if the majority is saying that I am absent, that I am not stupid enough not to know what is going on diha sa merkado. I know even for the fact, 5:00 na mag-break instead of 4 o'clock para mahalinan sila. I was only saying, why we could have done this earlier. Dili lang unta karon nga naman. Sa una pa din ng labayng katuigan, last year, pandemic naman. You mean to say nga maayo gyud ang dagan diha sa merkado? I don't think so, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. I've been talking to vendors. You yourself is trying to defend yourself nga maayo ra ang kanan diha sa merkado. It is not and will never be perfect. Even sa collection diha sa CR. Who is collecting it?
Okay.
Even sa mga penalty, even sa mga problema diha karon.
Okay, Councilor.
You think nga ikaw rin nakabalutan nan diha sa problema?
Okay,
I don't think so.
Okay,
Mr.
Councilor
Chair. Ang
Jocelyn.
ako lang, we do not get insulted here. Ayaw ko insultuhan.
Point of order.
Okay, Councilor
Yeah.
Jocelyn Rodriguez. We have to
Because-
stick to the amnesty as reported by
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry,
Councilor
Mr.
Juan.
Chair. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. It's correct that he is insulting me when
Okay.
he telling me,
That
Mr.
will be
Chair.
personal. Okay, can you?
Yeah, but then he goes
Okay, your
personal,
point is
Mr. Chair. That's
well
the
taken.
problem. He
When you
goes
put the-
personal. Mine is
stop,
my comment regarding that.
Councilor Jocelyn Rodriguez, we have to stick to the special report about this amnesty, but it must not be addressed to to specific person or any member of the city council. We are talking
Mr.
about
Chair, Mr. Chair.
special report by Councilor Lord Answan.
Mr.
So
Chair,
this special report, as requested by the special reporter, it must be referred it to the Trade and Commerce so that
And Ways
it
and
must
Means,
be
Mr.
discussed.
Chairman. Ways and Means.
Ways and Means, chaired by Councilor George Goking. Councilor George Goking?
Yes, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
we'll take
So,
action on that.
okay, thank you, Councilor George Goking, for this amnesty. But in any
Mr.
action,
Chair,
it must
let me
not be.
speak, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor
speak,
Lord
Mr.
Answan,
Chair.
about their special report. Okay, our third reporter and last,
No,
maybe
I
we
was,
have addressed
I
as
was
I,
the third, Mr. Chairman.
okay, Majority Floor Leader Ayan Marky Batnakaya, I have to consider it also our fourth and fifth and sixth reporter that you have to be on the next regular session.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. May I
So
proceed?
our last reporter, Majority Floor Leader Ayan Marky Batnakaya, you have the floor.
In my possession, Mr. Chairman, is an incident report dated September 23, 2021 at 1 o'clock. And location is unknown, but the incident is covered within the incident report. And the one who filed this, Mr. Chairman, is present. Kindly raise your hand. Okay, Mr. Sam.
Okay, may hapon kanimo.
If I may read the complaint, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, carry on.
Ako si Asnor Makadi Malik na maligya ko sa Kugon Market corner sa TH Cagayan. Kalit gikuha sa RTA akong baligya. Nangayo ko og pasaylua og konsiderasyon sa ilaha pero wala nila gihatag sa ako. Gikuha nila akong baligya pero wala ko nila isyuhi og resibo. Mura sila mga kawatan nga kalit ra kuhaon. Diretso nila giitsa sa jeep akong mga items nga tampered og casing. Almost 10,000 pesos ang kantidad sa akong stock. Wala sila naghuna-huna kung madaot ba ang mga stock. Nag-adto kami sa RTA office, dala among sulat, apan insulto among nadangat didto sa opisina, og kami gipakaulawan og ikatawan didto. This is an attitude problem if the case in issue, Mr. Chairman, and if we enforce the ordinance on the traffic and all, Mr. Chairman, citation ticket should be issued, and OVRs should be issued, and receipt form should be given sa kadtong giisbuhan sa OVR, official violation receipt. Pero wala. Nag-adto sila, nadiin-diin kay tungod kay gipasa-pasa lang sila. Nag-note ko, Mr. Chairman, nga to make amends kung naay error of behavior sa kung kinsa na. Pero unfortunately, again, gipasa-pasa. Gi-raise ko ni dinhi sa session gyud sa konseho kay ang ilang kabalaka ni Mr. Sam, Mr. Chairman, kaning Asnor Makadi Malik is daw wala na ang kaning mga butang. Kay worth ra ba ni 10,000, Mr. Chairman? Ilala ng pagduda. Pero we hope nga wala na nahitabo lugar ng mga butang. So we would like to file as a report, and we hope that our committee, Councilor Romeo Calizo, can facilitate discussion. Kay batasan nga dili sad angayan nga ipasa-pasa in town. Ako wala ko'y problema sa enforcement, Mr. Chairman. Paborta na. Kita man gaya nag-lead sa clearing operation sa kadtong panahon sa 2017 and 18. Pero walay resibo, lahi na nga istorya, Mr. Chairman. So this is my report.
Okay, thank you, Majority Floor Leader, for your report. And so as the complainant about here, with an absence of any legal documentation about this confiscation for each violation. by enforced by the RTA. Okay. Councilor Roger Abaday, do you want to add something about it?
Mr. Chair, mine is this is just relative to the letter sent to majority floor. No? I received also complaint by phone the other day with regards to the attitude of some RTA personnel. Okay man, ararang man atong traffic nya stricto kay sila. That's good, no? Siguro tungod kay the leadership is the administrator is a military man, na disiplina, no? Pero Mr. Chair, sometimes we have to be consider humanitarian reason, no? Diya sa Carmen, particularly, na nagang businessmen nga reklamo kay bisag mananghid lang kuno sila sa atong RTA nga to park. Di sila mo kuan yun, no? Di sila mo consider. One time, itong nag-phone complaint sa ako, gamay lang kayo kuan lang diya sa yung sakyanan. Ay, dali lagi. Isyuhan gid siya og UBR, wa gid mahangyo. Ganun nagtawag. Nako, sometimes you have to humanize the law, no? Ato sang tanahon siguro ang situation with regards to the katong kuan taon, mamaligya ito sa ano, katong nagsulat kang majority floor. You have to consider also the situation. Ato guling stricto ng balaod. Dakop lang, discriminately lang. Dili mo igo atong prisuan, unya daga mapresyo, di ba? So I think there is a lack of siguro, no? Amot lang, tungod ba kan ilang kahadlok sa ilang leadership o ilang baging attitude. So there is something wrong with our attitude of some kay dili tanan mga personnel kay sobra gid kayo ka strictor sa dili considerate, no? Pwede man warning 1 2 3 okay lang, pero bisag mo hangyo na almost atong negosyante almost muhilak hangyo nga kumay mo i-consider lang siya ga kuan pa siya ga kaning ga blink yang kuan wa gid gi-consider. So I think this is one area of discipline siguro of our RTA. Some member of the RTA should also be addressed. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Roger Abaday.
Chair.
Okay, Councilor Saldi Okon.
Salamat. Mao gyapon na observation ako, Mr. Chair. Panahon ni former mayor pa Constantino Ternex Saraula. Ya sa Kugon. Naidalabyan ako, Mr. Chair, na namaligyang balot. Gidakop sa pulis o ang pulis gatanaw lang escort sa RTA. Kaya ang RTA di man mudakop og mga pulis. Ilang gikuha ang balot nga gibaligya sa igsuon nato daw gilabay sa sakinan. So, 13 taong hilak, Chair, ang maong biktima. So, mo ginaugan ako. Okay, ginaugan ako. O, dito yun, Mr. Chair, na nahitabog yun ang lugar, miri ako gamay. O, sobra na po mo nga mo implementar. Balot, imo pa yun ang ibundak ng abuak ng balot. Ya, dako ng kantidad. Katagig consideration. So kini karon, Mr. Chair, salamat kayo nga gidala ni sa atong majority floor. So ako lang po nga i-apply po nato ang elementary procedure of due process, Mr. Chair. To those who are involved in the so-called incident, I don't know when was that. So they are all held responsible. And if we found guilty as far as the violation is concerned, siguro we will recommend to the chief executive in the city to dismiss right away to those who are considerable, traffic enforcer din sa atong siyudad, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Saldi Okon. Anyone to add something or any opinion regarding the special report by our very own majority floor leader, There is none. So, okay,
To the Committee on
So,
Traffic, Mr.
to
Chairman.
the proper committee, so it could be for the Law and Order or RTA, chaired by the committee chairman, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Is he around? Councilor Romeo Calizo? I think
Yes,
you heard it clearly, and
very well noted, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Although we have to consider so many angles on this. Thank you very much. Mr.
okay,
Chair.
so we have to consider it also that the RTA side must be given time to well, for any discussion. Kumbaga, give a day in court to defend their side also. So at the proper time. Okay, thank you, Committee Chairman on Law and Order, and so
That will be
as,
done, Mr. Chairman. Very well noted.
Councilor Romeo Calizo, and so as our special reporter, our Majority Floor Leader, Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya. Mayang hapon, and thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Okay, our orders of the day, Majority Floor Leader, you may now proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have item number 1, 2, 3, 4, omnibus motion, Mr. Chairman, for having similar subject matter. 1, proposed resolution number 2021-196, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Makasandig, the city, its ordinance number 001, series of 2021. 2, proposed resolution number 2021-197, returning to the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay number 21, the city, its resolution number 001, series of 2021. 3, proposed resolution number 2021-198, returning to the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Kanituan, the city, its resolution number 001, series of 2021. And 4, proposed resolution number 2021-199, returning to the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Taglimaw, the city, its resolution number 02, series of 2021, covering their respective annual budgets for calendar year 2021 with their respective estimated incomes, with the information that said resolutions are operative in their entirety. Move for the approval of said items 1 to 4, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Properly moved by the Majority Floor Leader and seconded. Objection? Objection. Objection? Hearing none? Hearing none. Resolution number 2021-196. Resolution number 2021-197. Resolution number 2021-198. Resolution number 2021-199. Properly moved and seconded without objection. So it is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense with-
Second.
Seconded.
Number 5 is proposed ordinance number 2021-158, authorizing the city mayor Oscar S. Moreno to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement MOA with the Department of Agriculture Regional Field Office 10, represented by its regional director Carlene C. Collado, CPA, covering the implementation of the latter's corn seeds assistance project under the terms and conditions stipulated in the MOA submitted here too. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the Majority Floor Leader.
Second.
Seconded. Objection? Objection? None. Ordinance number 2021-158 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense.
Second.
Seconded.
6 is proposed ordinance number 2021-559, authorizing City Mayor Oscar S. Moreno to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources 10, BFAR 10, represented by its regional director Teodoro A. Baculo Jr., covering the provision of 69 units bottom set gill net fishing gears under the terms and conditions stipulated in the MOA attached here to. Move for its approval.
Properly moved by the Majority Floor.
Second.
Seconded. Objection? Objection? None. Hearing none. Ordinance number 2021-159 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense and final reading.
Dispense.
Second.
Seconded.
7 is proposed ordinance number 2021-160, appropriating the sum of 225,355 pesos and 86 centavos from the item non-office general public services, personal services, terminal leave benefits earmarked for Mr. Manolito P. Dante, Revenue Collection Clerk 2, City Finance Department in the 2021 annual budget to be made available for the payment of terminal leave pay of Miss Cynthia Marian Adoracion B. Manaa, former ticket checker, City Finance Department, the city, who retired from government service last December 20, 2019. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor.
Second.
Seconded. Objection? None? None. Ordinance number 2021-160 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense with second final reading.
Dispense for its finality.
Second.
Seconded.
For inclusion, Mr. Chairman, as items 8, 9,
For
10, and
in-
11.
Okay, for
Move for
inclusion,
their inclusion.
item 8, 9, 10, and 11. Any second? Seconded. Carry on, majority
Second.
floor.
Number 8, Mr. Chairman, is proposed ordinance number 2021-161, authorizing the City Mayor Oscar S. Moreno to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement MOA with the Xavier University through its Engineering Resource Center, represented by its University President, Father Mars P. Tan, SJ, covering the collaboration of the parties in the implementation of the project entitled Localization of the Philippine Green Building Code in the City under the terms and conditions stipulated in the MOA attached here to. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader. Any second? Any second?
Second.
Seconded. Okay, ordinance number 2021-161. Objection? There is none? There is none. Properly moved and seconded. Ordinance number 2021-161 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final
Dispense
reading.
for its finality. Any second?
Second.
Seconded.
9 is proposed ordinance number 2021-162, authorizing City Mayor Oscar S. Moreno to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement MOA with the Ayala Foundation Incorporated, represented by its attorneys, in fact, Joanna Maria O. Duarte and Rosalie A. Dimaano, and the Oro Integrated Cooperative OIC, represented by its Chief Executive Officer, Floriano R. Hilot, and its BOD Chairperson, Hermes G. Vergara, covering the collaboration of the parties in the implementation of the Planting for Productivity P4P project in the city under the terms and conditions stipulated in the MOA submitted hereto. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority
Second.
floor leader and seconded. Objection? Objection, is there any? None. Ordinance number 2021-162 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its
Second.
finality. Seconded.
Number 10 is proposed resolution number 2021-200, earnestly requesting the Center of Integrative Development Studies, CIDS, of the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, USTP, through its president, Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, to conduct research study entitled Housing Challenges and Opportunities in Cagayan de Oro City, a preliminary study. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority
Second.
floor leader. Seconded. Objection? None. None. Resolution number 2021-200 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality.
Second.
Seconded.
Number 11 is proposed resolution number 2021-201, earnestly requesting the Center of Integrative Development Studies, CIDS, of the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, USTP system, through its president, Dr. Ambrosio B. Cultura II, to conduct the research study entitled Profiling the Suicide Cases in Cagayan de Oro City, Basis for Designing Community-Based Intervention. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor.
Second.
Seconded. Objection? Objection? None. Hearing none. Resolution number 2021-201 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second and final reading.
Dispense for its finality. Seconded.
There being no pending, Mr. Chairman, move to adjourn.
Session adjourned.